Hello and welcome to Ingression, the only series that gives you the best tips, tricks, and information on the game that we all love, Ingress. I, of course, am your level enlightened instructor, Incredible Hulk, aka Colin Williams. And this is Anomalies 203, where we'll cover how to take over or take back portals during that insane Ingress burster and rezo orgy known as Anomalies. Now, if you haven't watched the other Anomaly videos, definitely go do that now, then come back to this video, since we'll be building on things that we've covered in the previous videos. Otherwise, let's get firing on Anomalies 203. So, let's say that you lose control of a portal during an anomaly, and it switches to the opposite faction. Or maybe you're coming up to a portal that you don't own, but you need to, and it's currently owned by the other faction. Then you'll want to use Plan Alpha 3, or the attack strategy. In Alpha 3, your modders will instantly switch from mods to Ultra Strikes, and that's why you have your modders positioned right on top of the portal, like we recommended in 202. Now, all of your deploy team want to work on constantly going in and out and trying to get that deploy and take the portal. Remember to have them at that 17-meter away distance recommended in 202 to minimize the damage from bursters, but also minimize drift issues. Now, if you have any levelers, they can work on deploying too, since even a level 1 rezo can capture that portal. They should ideally be the same 17-meter distance away from the portal, but for them it's not as critical. What you do want to have is have them place their highest level resonators that they have on them that they can place if possible, so that they don't get taken out quite so easily. But if they're level 1, they can just place level 1, and guess what? They'll be level 2 by the end of the probably 10 minutes. Now, a player by the name of Tayu has said that once a portal turns white or neutral, if you go in and keep hitting deploy, even if it doesn't allow it at first, since it's changed back to an enemy portal for you, it won't let you place a resonator. Once the server reads it as neutral again, it will allow the deploy and allow you to capture the portal. I haven't been able to verify this myself. I just barely got this tip in. I haven't used it before, and there hasn't been an anomaly in the last 5 minutes or anomaly conditions. But I'd say that it's worth a shot of at least having one deployer try this on your first measurement. So I wanted to mention this for sure. Please definitely report back to me if this does work or if it doesn't work for you guys. I'll note in the video description if we get this verified, so then you can use this method all the time for all the anomalies. Now, for destroyers, you'll obviously be focused on blasting XMPs as fast as you can to kill the portal. And remember to use the destroyer placement compass positioning that we covered in 202. And the reason for that is even with the 95% mitigation on the shields, there's actually optimal placements possible. So if you just stand directly on top of the resonator, you're only to kill that resonator at 1.2% per level 8 XMP if it has 95% mitigation. But if you stand exactly where we recommended, you're going to be killing 3 resonators at 1.2%, and the rest are going to be 0.7%. So there's a huge difference for the surrounding resonators if you use our recommended positioning on that. So make sure you're there. Unless you have some sort of insane lag where you just can't fire quick, this is not the time to use that 20% boost by holding down. This is not the time. You just need to just button mash that fire button as fast as you can, even if the portal says it's gray. Because odds are you're just saying server lag and that portal is already claimed by one of the factions, hopefully yours. Once any player from your team has captured the portal, they should immediately shout that they've captured it with your code word. And then you should switch to strategy Tango 6. T is for take it. So Tango 6 will have your modders and levelers immediately switch to shields. Your deployers will continue working on the deploy, and all but one of your destroyers will switch to deploying as well to get the portal to an 8. Now, your destroyer that isn't deploying will focus on charging the portal while it gets built up. Once it's built and relatively strong, you'll have the destroyers switch back to charging as per the Hotel 1 strategy. Now, your previous destroyer that was charging can quickly deploy his 8 if needed on the portal, and then go back to charging. From there, you'll proceed to the Hotel 1 plan covered in 202. Now, one thing I do want to note is I'd usually recommend not starting to try and take a portal anytime sooner than 5-ish to 10-ish minutes before the measurement period to conserve your gear. Because if it's owned by the other faction, you know, then you're going to have a big problem. You're just going to be burning through gear horribly. And you need to make sure that you have enough gear to be able to go through all 4 of those measurements. I mean, the best case scenario, you burn through a lot of your gear, and then you've got it, and you have to keep fighting for it. You know, worst case scenario, you just wasted a bunch of your gear, and now it's gone for your future measurements. So another thing that I would recommend is to, for the best stealth option, you'll want to pre-coordinate the time to start attacking with the rest of your team. Now, rather than using a round minute like start attacking at 12:53, try to use a second, such as, you know, 12:53 and 13 seconds. And you can do this either with like synced watch apps on your phone, or by having everyone start a stopwatch at the same time and then agreeing that you'll begin the attack when the watch hits like 6 minutes, 17 seconds, or something like that. And this will make sure that it's just a touch harder for the team defending the portal unless they're saying super vigilant, since you won't be shouting any warning words. And it's not like they can just watch for the minute mark at that point in time. And conversely, if you're on the defending side, you'll want to stay constantly vigilant for attacks and keep an eye on enemy physical movements, because that might give you an idea of kind of what they're working on and planning if they kind of go into a formation like that. So, once you've made it through the measurement, you'll need to regroup. You'll need to manage inventory and prepare for your next round of battle, which is what we'll cover in Anomalies 204. So just make sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed already, and check out Anomalies 204 when it comes out to know how to best proceed between the measurement and clusters in the ultimate Ingress civil war that is Anomalies.